How exactly did Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy get their powers? Well, their story is a unique one. Our tale begins in the uptown apartment of two friends, Tim and Ernie. They happen to live right under a rogue scientist conducting tests on radioactive ants. He accidentally knocks over a jar of infected bugs, and one slips through a crack, landing on Mermaid Man, biting him and sending him tumbling into Barnacle Boy. The duo then falls into vats of acid, landing in a barrel of acid. Out of nowhere, a UFO flies into the side of the building, sending the duo floating away on a wave of acid, which happens to be during a solar eclipse on a leap year. They precariously careen into a bomb testing site where a cataclysmic explosion exposes our heroes to highly toxic radium gases. Then, as fate would have it, magical storm clouds move in, zapping both men with neon cloud lightning balls and raining radioactive ooze. This loosens typical doors, and electromagnetic turbulence causes a powerful earthquake deep in the jungle, 2,000 meters away. This event unearths a magical crystal with wings that flies to Ernie and Tim's exact location, powered by super gamma energy currents. It pilots them to open skies. However, not paying attention, the crystal clips on top of the billboard, plunging the duo back to their apartment miraculously unharmed. They proceed with movie night and eat slightly overcooked popcorn. Suddenly, an amazing reaction to the overcooked popcorn occurs. Cosmic super energy metamorphosizing into an incredibly strong sea star wearing a superhero and Tim into a slightly less strong but also super sailor-looking guy. And that is how they became Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, defenders of the deep. But while under the deep blue sea, they are exposed to sea creatures and villains like the Dirty Bubble and Man Ray. This caused them to form what we know as the International Justice League of Super Acquaintances. This team was made up of 6 heroes: the Elastic Waistband, the Quickster, Miss Appear, Captain Magma, and of course, our duo. The fate of the International Justice Lounge of Super Acquaintances is not explicitly addressed or explored in great detail within the SpongeBob Square Pants series, and likely looked nothing like SpongeBob and his friends. Luckily, the SpongeBob Square Pants official YouTube channel uploaded a lost episode featuring the Justice Lounge. Like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, they are indeed humans. However, it's a mystery on how they got their powers.
Do we really exist?
We are first introduced to Mermaid Man in Season 1, Episode 6. SpongeBob and Patrick try to bring him and Barnacle Boy back into action, obsessing over the once powerful duo. While actively being fans of the superhero duo, they ironically end up becoming Mermaid Man's worst enemies.
Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy! Certainly with superpowers like yours, we can stop the superhighway!
Mermaid Man wouldn't see the last of SpongeBob, though. SpongeBob wins a conch shell in a contest to summon Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, where they eventually take him on their daily patrol. I forgot about this, but SpongeBob and Patrick got to work for their heroes, which is pretty cool. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy hired them to watch their lair. Unfortunately, this is followed by Mermaid Man leaving his belt, which is accidentally found by SpongeBob and attempts to return it to Mermaid Man, but drives away before he can return the belt. Later, he and Barnacle Boy, alongside the rest of the town, shrink and kick SpongeBob's eye sockets.
Ta-da!
No longer wanting to live in the shadow of Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy leaves Mermaid Man for evil, causing Mermaid to team up with SpongeBob, Squidward, Patrick, and Sandy to take on Barnacle Man, the Dirty Bubble, and Man Ray. This backfired for many reasons, but Barnacle Boy returned under these conditions.
Number 1, I want to be treated like a superhero, not a sidekick. Number 2, I want to be called Barnacle Man. And number 3,
come on, domination.
I want an adult-sized Krabby Patty.
Eventually, a movie would be in the works celebrating the outstanding history of the two. SpongeBob got wind of this and became upset when he found the studio using actors. So they decided that they would make their own film labeled The Real Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy Movie, starring the now retired duo. Let me be the first to say this is a masterpiece of a film. Not much goes on after this other than some false alarms summoning the two, Plankton hypnotizing the duo to destroy Mr. Krabs' business plan, and a lot of comic book cameos. They have appeared in numerous movies and games over the years, and Nick has aired a few episodes with them appearing as babies, which is adorable, if I may. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's voice actors are sadly no longer with us, so may they rest in peace. But to lighten the mood, I wanted to show you the hilarious rough draft of our heroes. This is an early drawing of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's predecessor, Barnacle Bill, an elderly sailor with a body made of wood by Hillenburg. I'm thankful we didn't get this Barnacle Boy. And, for all the surrounding characters, if you enjoyed this, comment and let me know who else I should do a video on.